quererte, solo quiero morir. Ya no quiero quererte, solo quiero morir. Dentro del espejo verás siempre mi sombra que te excita y no te deja dormir. Dentro de mis ojos el color se transforma, forma de serpiente que me ayuda a vivir. Quiero quererte, solo quiero morir. Ya no 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 quiero quererte, solo quiero morir.
I wanna make sound. I wanna change everything. I wanna know it, feel it, take it. Oh, I wanna fix everything. But the hardest part of this is to take who you are and change what you need. Stuck in a place you're not meant to be. Take all your doubts, take it from me. You made your chains now be your release. I wanna scream out, 'cause I can't stand this wait and see. 'Cause I've been way down, way too long. There's still a pulse in me. But the hardest part of this is to take who you are and change what you need. Stuck in a place you're not meant to be. Take all your doubts, take it from me. You made your chains now be your release. Who let you down? Who let you down? There is no easy way out. Who let you down? Who let you down? Right
Hi everyone, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. I hope you're having a fantastic weekend so far, and I hope the weather by you is as amazing by you as it has been by me. It has been yesterday I think it hit the 70s, which is just so wonderful. I tried to get outside at least for a little bit to enjoy it. You know, it's still really too early in the season to be able to plant anything or do a whole lot outside. There's a little bit of yard cleanup that needs to be done, so Mr. Wizard and I are going to be trying to do that over the next couple of weekends. But yesterday we just kind of enjoyed the weather. We had the windows open. It was great. So I hope that you guys got the opportunity to do that as well. We have a lot of fun things that we're going to be talking about today. We're also going to be working on our Tropics project as well. But the very first thing I wanted to point out, and I'm sure most of you have already seen it, it's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious what it might be. It's in here. It's really obvious what it is that could be new around here. Well, not new, just refurbished. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the channel the ironing board of the century, the handed down heirloom from my family that I've had restored. It's all still original pieces. It's just been cleaned up and tightened up a little bit, and we are going to be using it today. So I'm really excited about it. I've got a bunch of pads I'm going to put on top of it to keep it protected, and I'm not going to use it every day. It's just a fun thing to be doing today, so that you guys can see it. But you guys can see the metal pieces here. They've all been restored. All the rivets have been tightened up. So she is solid once again. She's no longer wobbly. She's still very gentle. She's still very fragile. I mean, you know, they dated her back to between 1913 and 1918 is her official manufacturer's date. Somewhere between those that range of dates. So she's absolutely gorgeous. You can see she's got some cracks in her and some wear and tear, but that is okay. She's beautiful just the way she is. Her legs are just incredible. Look at this. These are solid oak legs. I had them inspected. They're solid oak legs, and this is a solid pine top. It's not your typical pine that you see nowadays. It's a different type of pine. It's like a hardwood pine. I don't remember the exact name of it, but it's a much more harder wood than it is now that you would see in a pine. The legs are definitely oak, 100%. And look how red they are. Aren't they they're absolutely beautiful. And this is all a natural finish. There is no stain on this at all. The stain, there was a little bit of stain on the legs, but he was able to gently remove that. So there's no stain left on the legs. This is just natural wood. There's just a clear coat on it just to keep it protected. And the top is all natural wood. There's no polish or anything on the surface of the wood here. And that's to make sure that nothing gets on our fabric. Isn't it beautiful? So she's absolutely beautiful. We have named her Sis after my great-grandmother. My great-grandmother was named Sis. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Sis back home. Isn't she just beautiful? I've been watching. I've had her now for about a week, and I've just been staring at her because she's just so beautiful, and I'm so excited to be able to have her back home. She's solid and sturdy, and we're going to be able to use her today. And she's got a little bit of a bow in her. I know you guys can't see it on the camera, but there's a little bit of a bow here, and that's just from wear and tear. She's just absolutely gorgeous. So I hope you guys enjoy having her on the show with us today. she's gonna be so much fun. Some other couple of things going on. Obviously, it is the month of March. We've started the month of March, so St. Patrick's Day is coming up. So I have changed out my hats. I'll have a new hat for you each week. And we are really excited because we actually have 2 holidays this month in the month of March. The last weekend of the month is Easter. I will have a live stream on Easter Sunday at my normal time, 10:30 Central. I understand most of you probably won't be able to make it, and that's okay. I would much rather you spend time with your friends and family than here on the channel. Don't get me wrong. We will be here. We'll have a great time, and there'll be a different hat for that as well. So we'll see you guys hopefully then. I am not doing a live stream on the weekend of the 21st. I think it's like the 24th. There will be no live stream on that day. So please make sure that you remember that. I will post, again, I did it once already, but I will post it again, our schedule for March after today's live stream so that everybody's aware of what our what our schedule is for this month. My brain just went completely blank there for a second. Let me hop into chat, say hello to everybody there. There was a bunch of people in there first thing this morning, so I really appreciate that. I give a special shout out to the very first person, and that was Nancy. So good morning, Nancy. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I hope you are having a fantastic weekend, and thanks so much for being here with us. Brat46, I saw you in there too. Kathy's here as well. Hi, Teresa. I don't think, so I was watching my live stream yesterday, which I'll have a funny story to tell you about that, but I was rewatching last week's live stream yesterday, and I noticed that for some reason, I never saw that Katie and Teresa had popped into chat. I never said hello to them. So I am so sorry, ladies, for not saying hello to you last week. I sincerely apologize for that. So, good morning to you. I'm so glad you're here with me again today. And I just feel terrible when I miss somebody in chat. It just makes me feel awful because I feel like, you know, the way I look at it, you guys have entered my home. You're in my home here today. We're spending time together. And the last thing I want to do is have a guest in my home that I don't say hello to. I mean, that's just terrible of me. So I try to do that as much as I can. So if you are watching my channel and you say hello and I don't say hello back within the first 5 or 6 minutes of you saying hello, please tag me. Tag me in it. Tell me you're there. Say hello again. Say hello 1,000 times until I see you. Please, you have my permission to spam chat with hello until I acknowledge you, because that makes me feel better. Because I know that you're there, and I really appreciate that everybody's there. So good morning, Teresa. Thank you again for being here. Good morning, Chloe. It's so great to see you. I'm glad you're here. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, look who is back. Lucas is in the house. Good morning, Lucas. It's been a long time since I've seen you, a whole 35 minutes maybe. We had breakfast with our kids this morning, and of course I got to see Lucas there. So good morning again. Hi, Linda. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. Happy Sunday morning to you. So glad you're here. Hi, Judy. Good morning. Judy, are you ready for Clue 2? I heard it got mailed. I heard it's being mailed this week, so I'm really excited to see it. We'll be working on Clue 2 here in a couple weeks. Mom will join us again in a couple weeks for that, so I'm really excited for that. Hi, June. Good morning. So great to see you. Welcome back to the channel. So great. Hi, Dawn. Good morning. Dawn, I was able to catch some of your channel yesterday. I spent a lot of time here in this room yesterday trying to catch up with a bunch of my content creator friends. And I noticed, Dawn, that we don't actually have... No, we do have a link for your channel. We don't have a link for Terry's channel. So, Lucas, if you wouldn't mind making sure that we get it a link set up for Terry's channel, because I noticed that we didn't have one. So if you could do that today for me, that would be super awesome. Thanks, bud. But Dawn, thank you so much. I completely love watching your channel. It's so much fun, and I'm sorry that I don't get an opportunity to watch it as often as I'd like to. So friends, if you're not already subscribed to Dawn's channel, please do me a favor and go over there and give her a sub. If you do !Dawn in chat, it'll give you a link. You can go over there. She's got a lot of really fun projects, and I know that she's probably not as proud of them as I am, but I love her rants. They're so down to earth. I just love them. I just absolutely love them. They're so much, they're in the moment. She's voicing her frustrations. She's being down to earth. She's being a normal human being. And I just absolutely love that. So make sure you check those out. They're a lot of fun. And I know they're not fun in the moment, but they're fun to watch later on. So I'm really grateful for that. And she's working on an awesome new project. A lot of really cool, fun blocks. Some of them are just absolutely beautiful. So make sure you check that out. But thanks for that. Thanks for sharing your journey with us, Dawn. We really appreciate that. Judy, I said good morning to you already. Hi, Mom. Good morning. Didn't realize my mom was in chat. Ladies and gentlemen, Joyce Cantos. That's my mom. Good morning, Mom. So great to see you. Thanks for joining us. She had some issues. She's working on, Mom is working on our mini mystery quilt. It was a winter table runner through cotton cuts, and she's run into a snag. It appears that she is missing a piece. So we're going to get in touch with Cotton Cuts this week, see if we can get another piece. Usually they're really great about that, but, it has been, I think that was shipped in November. So hopefully we can still get a piece. If not, Mom, we'll just go through my stash and we'll see if we can find something. We'll talk about that more a little bit after the show today. But, yeah, we'll figure that out. Hi, Terry. Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. Like I said, I didn't... So that's the other thing I wanted to let you guys know. I go on random tangents, I know. Some of you have mentioned before, and it's not that I didn't believe you. I did believe you, but I hadn't witnessed it for myself. But some of you mentioned that sometimes YouTube just kind of drops you off of a subscription of a channel, and that totally happened to me. I know for a fact that I was subscribed to some of my content creator friends' channels. And so when I went yesterday, when I was going through my content creator friends and I was looking at their channels and seeing what, trying to catch up, I realized that I was no longer subscribed to some of them. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I ended up having to resubscribe to some. And one of them was Terry's channel. I had to resubscribe. I'm like, I know for a fact I was subscribed to her channel. So that's just a PSA for you guys. If you're missing some of your content creator friends on your subscription page or things, maybe just head over to their channel and make sure that you're still subscribed. Same thing with my channel here. Just give that a peek, make sure. Hi, Brandy. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. So great to see you. Yours was one of the channels that I was popping into yesterday. I'm pretty sure I left a message. If I didn't, I apologize. I tried to leave comments on at least a couple of the videos that I was watching. So it was great to see you. I was glad to see that you are active on your channel again. So that's great. Hi, Kathy. I think I said good morning to you already, but if I didn't, good morning again. Kathy's another great one. Kathy, I have to be honest and say I didn't watch the entire live stream on your channels, but I did kind of like scroll through them and watch bits and pieces of them. I love Kathy's channel because she has so many great friends that join her. It's like a quilting retreat every video. They're so much fun. She does a couple of them a week. They're usually during the day, so I don't get to catch them live very often unless I kind of just randomly pop on. But I do like to watch the replays later, and they're just so much fun. So if you guys get an opportunity, make sure you head over to Kathy's channel and check her channel out too. It's !Kathy in chat. Chloe said she had torrential raining yesterday. Today is nice. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we didn't have any rain yesterday. It was absolutely beautiful yesterday. And today is supposed to be even better. Oh, Terry says that is one beautiful vintage ironing board. Congrats. Yes, thank you. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm so thrilled with the gentleman at work that helped me restore it. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so excited to be able to use it again. I was so terrified that I was going to put any type of weight on it and it was just going to like collapse on me or break or something. So I'm much more confident with it. It's much more sturdy. It's not nearly as wobbly as it used to be. Everything's kind of tightened up and it's just absolutely beautiful. And I'm so excited for it. Yeah, they said, hello, Sess. Welcome to the channel. You guys are great. I love it. Good morning, Naomi. Thank you so much for joining me today. Joining us today. Good morning. Thanks so much. Brett says, yes, if you don't hit the like button and comment in the comment section, not sure the chat is included, YouTube will think you are not interested in the channel and knock you off the subscribe. So, lesson learned. Yeah. 100 proof. Yeah, Brandy says I had some work conflict, so YouTube went to the back burner for a minute. No problem. There's no explanation needed, Brandy. I mean, I get it. I understand. There are weeks where this week, in fact, there was some issues, and I thought we might actually have to cancel the stream, but it turned out it worked out okay. So you have another co-host now. Yes, I do. Yes. This channel has quite a few co-hosts, but this one is probably one of my favorites. So, like I said, we're going to be actually using her today. It looks like I got through everybody in chat. If I missed you, please tag me in chat and let me know you're there. I hate when I miss people. So, please make sure that you tag me in chat so I know you're here. I want to say hello to you. I want to acknowledge you. I want to make sure that you know that I know you're there. Please tag me. Yes, but yeah, I have lots of co-hosts on the show, lots and lots of co-hosts. But I said we're going to use this today, so let me cover her up a little bit first, give her a little protected. So this is the sewing mat that I normally use. You guys have seen me use it before on my other table, but I'm just going to kind of lay this out here, just kind of protect it a little bit. This is not nearly as wide as the TV tray I use, but that's okay. We're just going to use it for the day. We're not going to do anything too super fancy with it. Just for today, just for fun. Just for fun today. Here's my wool pressing mat. You guys know I love my wool pressing mat. My mom and my aunt both purchased one for each other for Christmas because they were going to be doing the cotton cuts thing. They both got one and they're just fantastic. it allows you to not have to use steam as much in your iron, which also means you don't have to put any liquid in your iron. So then that way your iron lasts you longer. I use a spray bottle if I really need some extra steam, but the wool pressing mat takes care of most of that for us. All right, and then here is our project. So let's take a look and see what we've done so far. I know we started putting rows together the last time we chatted. So today we're going to put rows together, and hopefully we're going to get some of our borders cut. That is our goal for today. We'll see if we actually get to it or not. Excuse me. See if we actually get to some of it today or not. Did I make the silver mat? No, Teresa, I did not. I cheated and I bought it. You could totally make yourself one though. This one was, I bought it on Amazon. It's just a laundry mat. It's got magnets in the corners. It's actually made to go on top of a washing machine, and then you can use it as an iron pad on top of a washing machine. But no, I did not make this. You probably could make yourself one, but I just bought it. I was, I cheated. Excuse me. So let me show you what we've got so far. This is the one row that we've done. Actually, it's technically 2 rows that we did. But at least now you can see the design. So I want you guys to really see the design here. Take a look at that. Take a look at that. This is what the quilt is actually going to look like. And this is why I had to take it apart so many times. Because I wanted to make sure that I got these designs. You can see there's a star pattern there. And then in the center, there's also this really cool like diamond shaped thing. I wanted to make sure that I got both of those got those to work really, really well. So this is what we're going to be doing today. My camera is doing weird things today. It's like it wants the light, and then it doesn't want the light, and then it's like, it's doing weird things today. So I'm sorry about that. But that is what we're going to be doing today. So let me set these back down here. We can lay this one out like this so that we can watch it. I got to tell you, having this nice long table is kind of nice already. Again, we're not going to have her out here all the time, but just for today, just for something fun. Since she just came home, we're going to celebrate her by using her. She's so beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. Terry says, it's not cheating. Imagine if we had to make everything we use. A bowl, a dish, a stove, LOL. Well, I mean, at one point in time, that was the case. But yeah, we are a little bit grateful that we don't have to do that anymore, right? For sure. Hi, Gladys. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I hope you are well. Yours is another channel that I was able to catch over the this past weekend. Actually, yesterday. Yesterday, I was able to catch it. So we're going to be putting together... How many do I need here? Let me just check and make sure. 1, 2, 3. I think it's 4. Yeah, it's 4. 4 blocks per row. So the cool thing is now I have this nice long table. I can lay the whole row out to make sure that the pieces are all going to line up okay. There we go. Good. Trying to rotate them around so that I don't have 2 of the same together. So like I have 2 of these set the same, and then 2 of those are the same. Let me see if I can find a different one. This one instead. I'm trying to make it as scrappy as I can, but I don't have to be perfect about it. So I need 4 blocks per row. So let's grab one more block. There we go. There we go. Just like that. So we're going to grab those 4 and we're going to go ahead and sew those up together. I have all this space I don't know what to do with. So much space I don't know what to do with. Hi, Mona. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. Mona's channel was another one that I tried to catch up with a little bit over the weekend. Make sure you give her a sub when you get a second. Her channel, I have so much fun watching her. So much fun. She does such really cool projects. Really, really fun and cool ones. So make sure you check her out. But good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. Happy Sunday morning to you. We are working on our Tropics project. We are finally getting to a point where we can start putting rows together. It's only taken us 12 episodes. We finally managed to do it. Hopefully we're going to get all our rows done today. And I'm really hoping we can cut up some borders. That is the goal for today. That is the goal. I have so much stuff stuffed underneath here. Hang on just a second. My goodness. Where did all of this come from? So much over here. Take you here. go. There we go. Oh, strings. Already. I haven't even started and I already have strings. My goodness. So what is everybody else working on this weekend? What, did you get outside? Did you spend some time outdoors? Did you get to do some gardening maybe? I'd love to see what you're doing or hear what you had to do there. Nope, don't need it super fast. Give me just a sec. There we go. I came in here yesterday to start a project, to do something. I have a lot of projects that are running right now. What is happening? I have a lot of projects that are running right now, but I don't really have anything that's kind of off camera. Everything I'm doing right now is on camera. So I was trying to find something that I could just come in here and kind of do. I kid you not, I spent 4 or 5 hours sitting in here. Just sitting. I mean, I did nothing. I didn't get anything accomplished. I watched a bunch of my friends, but I didn't actually, like, do anything with the machine. It was like, okay. It was just so silly. All right, now we're off to the races. Oh. But yeah, I spent so much time in here yesterday, and I don't feel like I really did anything, although I did plan another project for myself. It's nothing that I'm going to be doing here on the channel, and it's definitely not part of our goals for the channel. It's just something fun to do, but I do have a couple of projects that I need to kind of focus on and get done. So I was planning that. Hi, Kelly. Good morning. Welcome to the channel. Thanks so much. Kelly's was another one that I caught up with yesterday. I just love her. She's so much fun to watch. I just absolutely love her. And so super talented. So if you're looking for an expert to watch, she's definitely one. Definitely one of the experts for sure. Hi, Agnes. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Let's see. Judy, my brother wants me to make him one king size. I'm dreading it. Mowing the tall lawn. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Chloe says, my older daughter and I went to the fabric weaving class. We're making baskets we want to use for Easter. Oh, that is so much fun. I would love to see what those look like, Chloe. Make sure you post pictures in our Facebook group. Agnes says, good morning. Judy says, I'm making a small one, having a hard time collecting the bags. Hi, Kelly. Good morning. She's waving at me. Hi. Make sure you go give Kelly a sub over there. If you do ! Kelly in chat, it'll give you a link to her channel. Okay, so I did that one. This one. What am I doing? No. I just confused myself. I'm going to put these down here because I'm confused myself. This is the one I want. This is the one I want. There we go. So yeah, make sure you can head over there. Check out Kelly. She's doing a lot of really cool, fun things over there. She is making this rainbow strip quilt. Absolutely gorgeous. I love that it's kind of scrappy, but the colors are together at the same time. I absolutely loved it. I was entranced by it. I think I watched like 3 of the episodes yesterday. It was just so pretty. You've got to go over and check that out. So cool. Such a cool thing to do. And Kelly, I needed to ask you, were those 1.5 inch strips or were those 2.5 inch strips? I couldn't tell, and I didn't go back and watch the very beginning. Unfortunately, I didn't catch it to see what size those strips were. But I wanted to say, they looked like they were 2.5, but I wasn't. It was weird because like when you saw them on the wall, they looked really small until she had them in front of her and she put her hand on one, and I'm like, oh, those are much bigger than I thought they were. Those are like 10 or 12 inch blocks. But so cool. So cool. You've got to go check that out. I love the scrappy look to it. It was so cool how the different fabrics kind of came together with the same colors. Really, really cool. Hi, Linda. Good morning. I think I said hello to you, but if not, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Happy Sunday morning to you. All right, last one. This one here. Nope. This way. Oh, the strips were all various widths. Oh, that makes it even more fun. So they were 8.5 by 11. Okay, I knew they were pretty big. Yeah, they were a pretty decent size. So did you just use a piece of sheet paper then, or did you actually have a pattern? To put the blocks together. When the videos that I watched, she wasn't putting any of the blocks together. She was just kind of assembling the blocks to each other. So I didn't really get to catch how she was making the blocks themselves, but it was so cool. It was a lot of fun, and it seems like that would be something really fun to do with like other colors too. So like not just your rainbow ones, but like a green and a blue, or a green and a purples, or that would be really cool with different colors. And I think it's a great scrap buster too. So if you've got a lot of extra strips, it's a great scrap buster too. Newsprint. Oh, okay. Standard printing size. Okay, okay. Terry says she has to go in a few. Have a good day. Sun is shining here. Going to enjoy it. Absolutely. Absolutely, Terry. You have a fantastic weekend, and thanks for joining us. Oh, wow. Last July. Okay, yeah, I'll have to see. I'll have to go back and see if I can find it. I'm sure you had like a playlist for it or something. I'll take a look. I'm going to turn my iron on. We're going to be ironing up these pieces before we attach them. Let me see, which way did I iron these? I ironed these that way, so I'm going to iron these this way. Yeah, definitely have to iron them this way. You gave a playlist for quilting projects. Okay, cool. I'll check it out. Thank you. Okay, let's see if I can get this to lay flat here. Just kind of pressing it down with my fingers or at this very minute. We will get it kind of figured out here in just a second. Go. Still not quite hot. So we're putting our rows together for our Tropics project. You can see that we're on episode 12. It does not take this long to put this project together. It is simply a matter of you have to pay attention and read the instructions carefully. I didn't either. So I ended up having to take these apart like 5 times. But we are finally putting our rows together. Also watch video 2 of the orange blocks so you don't mess them up like I did. Oh, well, good call. Good. I will have to check that out. Thank you. So you said episode 1 and episode 2 are a definite you must watch kind of thing. Got it. Got it. There we go. This closer to me so I'm not quite stretching. All right, we are just ironing up our seams. I like to do this after each row. You don't necessarily have to. Some people don't. Some people wait and they sew the whole thing up together and then they iron up the rows. I prefer to do it this way just because then that way I know everything's going to lay the way it needs to. And it's just going to make my life easier. But this is definitely not something you need to do, for sure. Just like with the cotton cut stuff, you guys see me, I iron up after every step. Again, that is just so that I prefer to do it that way because I feel like everything kind of lays nicer that way. Some people just kind of finger press it or just kind of smush it down. They don't really iron it per se. And that's okay. Whatever your preference is, that's the beauty of it. I just prefer to do this. That way I know everything lines up the way it's supposed to. Excuse me, my goodness. As I mentioned, we had breakfast with our kids this morning. We do virtual breakfast. All of our kids are either in college or have graduated from college and have moved to a different state. So we try to do once, when they all started going to college, because they're all 2 years apart. It's like 2, 2, and 2. So when the second set of kids went off to college, we decided to try to do a virtual breakfast to kind of get everybody back together. We used to do breakfast on Sunday mornings with our kids when they were all here at home. So we just try to keep that tradition. And so, but rather than doing it every Sunday like we were before, we only do it once a month. We do the first Sunday of every month, and it kind of gives us all an opportunity to reconnect. And I think it's fantastic. It's really something that Mr. Wizard and I really look forward to. It's been a lot of fun. We love catching up with the kids. We love hearing all the chatter back and forth and having a meal together. It's just so great, especially with technology the way it is now. The other thing that one of my daughters and I, my daughter Taylor, she just moved into an apartment. One of the things that her and I have been doing is we actually make dinner. So I call her on a Zoom call with the camera on, and her and I have dinner together. We make dinner, and then we sit down and we eat and we have a meal together. And she never has to leave her house, and neither do I. It's a lot of fun. Plus, this way I'm also teaching her how to make some of the meals that she enjoys that I cook for her. And you know, it's just gives us some great time to bond. So definitely a lot of fun. There are good pluses to technology, that is for sure. I know that technology can be a bit of a pain sometimes, but there are benefits to it for certain. All right, we're gonna go ahead and attach this row now. Move this iron back down here. When my kids one at a time were in college in Alberta, we did Sunday night FaceTimes. Yeah, absolutely. Especially that freshman year that your kids are away, it can be really difficult for them to kind of be away from home for that extended period of time. And we've found that our kids really struggle after the set of holidays. So usually right around spring break is when things really start to kind of get stressful for them. And we have found that these breakfasts and trying to keep them, reminding them a little bit of home really helps to get rid of some of that homesickness. So I mean, we've always found a benefit in it. The kids kind of complain a little bit because, you know, they got to get up early. You know, breakfast is at 9, for gosh sakes. It's not early. But I guess for college kids, it could be a little bit. It could be considered early for college kids. But yeah, you know, we really enjoy it. And I think the kids enjoy it too once they're there. You know, some of them, it just takes them a minute to wake up. But we all have a really good time. It's a great way for us all to connect as a family. And all of our kids, well, they were, but they're not so much anymore. But all of our kids were in different states for school for a little while. We had one in Ohio. We had another one in Virginia. Or we had technically 2 in Virginia. We had 2 in in southern Illinois, and now we have got 1 in Kentucky. So they were just kind of everywhere. So that's just really helped bring us all together as a family for, you know, an hour. And we limit it to 1 hour. We don't go too crazy. And actually Google Meets is great for that because, you know, the free option is only for 1 hour. So it really forces you to only be there for an hour. And then that way we don't have to worry about, you know, who's got the iPhones and who's got the Galaxies or whatever. It's on Google. Putting these rows together. I do mine one at a time. I know they say you're supposed to put all the rows together and then, you know, lay the whole thing out, and then, you know, I don't have that kind of space. I don't really have a quilting wall just yet. I will eventually. I have some plans to do one, but I'm actually going to be moving my sewing studio to a different room in the house here soon. Probably over the summer. So when that happens, I will most likely have a design wall then. We'll see. We'll see. Let me see here. Danny, have you thought about doing a second channel that shows you cooking and your recipes? It could be private for your family. This way they could be watching you make a dish anytime they need. You know, I never thought about that. You know, I take that back. I have thought about doing recordings of me cooking because I love to cook. It's one of my favorite things to do. But at the same time, I never thought about doing a private one just for family. That could be a lot of fun. That might actually be kind of nice for them. And then it would also help me too, because then I can remember what it was I cooked. That's not a bad idea. I might think about that some more. That's actually not a bad idea. I kind of like that idea. Never thought about that. Thank you for that idea. Because I don't know that I want to do like an actual another YouTube channel for, you know, people. Because I got to tell you, YouTube channels can be a lot of work. They can be a lot of work. And so I don't know that I necessarily want to do another channel like this one. But a private one just for friends and family could be nice. Yeah. Could show people how to make things. Yeah. Good idea. Kelly says, my kids went to the same college, but not at the same time. I have footage in my travel playlist. Ah, okay. This way editing would be minor. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. That way, I mean, basically I wouldn't need to edit at all. I could just, it would just be kind of it would almost be like a live stream kind of thing just for my family. I wouldn't have to worry about time limits or anything like that. That's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. To share recipes and things. Although I do like having the interaction with my daughter, but I mean, again, I could just record it, and then that way she could have it, or I could have it, or whatever, and it's private. It's just between the family, you know? That's not a bad idea at all. I kind of like that. Plus, like I said, I have one daughter that has her own apartment, and the other one is still in a dorm, so eventually I'd like to do that with her as well, you know? Show her how to cook things. But, you know, having the videos would be helpful. A private channel could have you tell stories about the family history and future grandkids. That could listen to. I hope that the channel is still going okay. I think my sound died. I hope you guys can still hear me. Are we having any issues that we are aware of? Where's the mouse? There's the mouse. Anybody having any issues? I think it was just the music that died. Hear you fine. Okay, yep, it was just the music that died. So you guys know I have a headset here, and I have music that plays in my ear. And I just like to make sure that when the music dies, that's usually my indication that something has gone wrong. So the music died. So, and we've been having some internet issues. That's what I told you I was going to tell you guys about. Yesterday, Random thoughts. I know, it's like these random thoughts just completely pop in my head. Yes, this is kind of nice, I gotta tell you. Being able to lean like this is kind of nice. Wow. Yesterday, Mr. Wizard and I were watching a movie. We watched Oppenheimer. It's on, right now it's available on Peacock. If you have the Peacock app, it's available on Peacock. Excellent movie. Oh my gosh, excellent movie. It took me a minute because I am not a science person. It took me a hot minute to figure out what was going on. It took me a good half an hour, 45 minutes into this movie before I'm like, okay, I think I'm starting to get it now. Mr. Wizard is super intelligent. He knows all the science stuff. He's a big reader. He reads all this stuff. So he was able to follow along right away. Me, I am not. So it took me a hot minute to figure it out. But very good movie. We got to probably the very end. Maybe there was 10 or 15 minutes left of the movie. Probably. And the internet went out. We stream all of our television services. So the internet went out at like 9:45, almost 10 o'clock last night. And it did not come back on until this morning. And I think I mentioned this already. But I was really worried that it wasn't going to come back on. So we were like, uh-oh, what are we going to do? We're supposed to have breakfast with our kids in the morning. You know, I've got a live stream in the morning. I'm like, what is happening? What's going to go on? And so we kept trying to reset the modem and the router because it's two separate pieces. We kept trying to reset them. Nothing was happening. Well, then we figure out that we were able to get on our Facebook group through our phones for the neighborhood, and we found out the whole neighborhood was out. We're like, oh, okay, good. It's not just us. We know that. Well, the second time that I reset the router, the Wi-Fi router, all the lights on it turned off. And I'm like, what the heck? Why did all the lights turn off? You know, their lights turn on even if there's no service. I mean, I still get a power light and things like that. So I'm like, what did I do? What happened? You know? Never dawned on me that I did something wrong. I thought like the router broke. Because, you know, your first reaction is, oh my God, it's broken, right? Never mind the fact that you might have done something wrong. No, it's broken, right? So I'm like, well, maybe it's just because the service is out. I'll wait. So we waited till 11:30 or so. Mr. Wizard went to bed. He's like, I'm not waiting. I'm going to bed. So he went to bed, and I stayed up for a little while, and I used, you know, the service on my phone, and I went through Facebook and things like that. And I waited till about 11:30, and it never came back on. So I'm like, well, I got to go to bed too. So I went to sleep, and we woke up this morning. Mr. Wizard was up super early with the dogs. I was up at like 6:37, somewhere in there. And I looked over at we have an Amazon Cube, and it was like the Knight Rider light. It's going back and forth, and it's orange. So that just means it still hasn't connected to the internet, right? So we're like, okay, well, it's still not on yet. I'm like, okay, well, the last time we had an issue with our internet service, I know I had to reset the router and the modem. So I went over to the box and I tried to turn them on, and I tried to reset them. And again, the lights didn't turn on, and I'm like, what is going on? So I pick up the thing, and I'm like looking at the back, like, did I plug it in the wrong hole or whatever? And I noticed that there's like one of those spring-loaded buttons, you know, the like push on, push off kind of things. Spring-loaded button right next to the power cord. And I'm like, what does this button do? And of course, I should have just read it. Should have just read the little line on it, but I didn't. So I'm like, what does this do? And I push the button, and all the lights turned on. I'm like, oh my God, it's a power button. So I somehow inadvertently last night turned the power off on the router. So not only did we not have any service, but we didn't have any power on the router. So that's why our internet didn't come back on this morning. So either way, long story short, because you know me, long story short, obviously it's back on. But I am worried that it might go off at some time, so we're trying to keep an eye on it. But yeah, so that was our excitement for the evening. Mona says, we got these meals you have to cook one summer. We cooked together. Ooh. What kind of meals are those? Kelly says, hubby cooks more than me, so daughter would pump her dad for information like how to roast a turkey, etc. Oh, those are good, helpful ones. Yeah. Judy says, oh, that was a good movie. It was a good movie. Yeah, we're going to have to watch the end of it now, later today. Yeah. But like I said, it took me a hot minute before I could really figure out what was going on, because I'm not a science person. I didn't know who Oppenheimer was. I mean, I know, you know, kind of about the atomic bomb and the H-bomb. I knew a little bit. I mean, I knew about Hiroshima, that kind of stuff. I knew that, but I didn't necessarily know the names or years or any of that stuff, because I didn't do very well in grade school with history classes. They didn't really interest me. They interest me a lot more now in my older age, but they didn't when I was a kid. So if you are watching this movie, just trust me and give it a little bit of time. Give it a good 45 minutes before you really make the decision whether you like it or not. Because like I said, it took me a hot minute before I really got into it. Naomi, Knight Rider, like, well, I mean, that's my generation. My dad and I used to watch Knight Rider all the time. You guys knew what I was talking about. It's a little light. It goes back and forth. Yeah, it's a Knight Rider light. Ugh. Didn't we all want a Knight Rider light on our car? I mean, I know I do. I still do. Hell, I want a Knight Rider. I want something that drives itself. Wouldn't that be fantastic? Oh, come on, Google. Come up with those self-driving cars a little bit faster. I don't think we had them in California. I think it's California. Yeah. Knight Rider light. Yep. I like Knight Rider. That was one of my favorite shows when I was a kid. Knight Rider, MacGyver. My dad made me watch that one too. Let's see. Let's think of some other ones that I had to watch when I was a kid. They're probably reruns when I was a kid. They're probably not originals. Miami Vice. Isn't that the one with I never watched the one with Burt Reynolds. I don't remember the name of that one, but not Burt Reynolds. It's the other guy. Cusack, I think his name is. Is that Miami Vice? No, that's Magnum P.I. Sorry, Magnum P.I. That's the one I used to watch. Magnum P.I. Because he wore those Hawaiian shirts. I remember the Hawaiian shirts. It's the weird things that I remember. Let's see. Let's think of some other ones that I remember. Matlock. Oh my God, my grandma was a huge fan of Matlock. I think I've watched every show. And then Murder, She Wrote. Murder, She Wrote was another one. These were all reruns. All reruns when I watched them. But they were still there. Let me think. The Heat of the Night. My grandma liked that show. That was a really good show. She liked that one. Airwolf. Ooh, I can't say that I remember that one, Naomi. Can't say that I remember that one. Yeah, I can't say that I remember Airwolf. That one doesn't ring any bells. I watched a lot of Star Trek. My dad liked a lot of the Star Trek movies. Or not movies, shows. He liked the Star Trek show. I never watched Star Wars. Could not stand Star Wars, but I watched a lot of Star Trek. And all of the different spin-offs. Oh my God, there were so many spin-offs. I watched them all. There was one about a dolphin. I don't remember what the name of that one was. That one wasn't bad. There was a cute guy in that one. I remember that. I'm trying to think. What else did I watch when I was a kid? Star Search was fun. I really liked watching that with my grandma. My grandma watched a lot of TV when I was growing up. And so we watched a lot of shows. Adam 12. Yeah, I can't say that I remember that one. Naomi, I was young. I was a little kid. Now, you're right. You're absolutely right. It was not the Hawaiian channel, the Hawaiian shirts that attracted me to it now. Yeah, but when I was a kid, it was the Hawaiian shirts. Naomi says, no Star Wars. We can't be friends anymore. Mr. Wizard tells me that all the time. He tells me that all the time. He's like, I don't think we can be friends. Yeah, no, I never got into Star Wars. I'm sorry to say, and nothing wrong with anybody that has. I just never got into it. Starsky and Hutch, yes, I remember that one. I do remember that one. But yeah, I think it was Magnum P.I. I think that was the one that was really big into. I never watched. I mean, I watched it much later in life, but when I was little, I never watched. The show with the General Lee. What is the name of that show? Somebody help me here. It's the car. The orange car, the General Lee, the two guys, and Daisy Duke. What is the name of that show? Somebody help me. For the life of me, I cannot remember. Mod Squad, that was funny. Oh, you know who was funny? The A-Team. I remember the A-Team. Dukes of Hazzard. Yes, thank you, Judy. I knew somebody out there was going to help me out. Yes, Dukes of Hazzard. I never saw the show. I mean, I know the car. I know the characters. Never watched the show. Never. Have never seen a single episode. Mr. Wizard is yelling down the hallway. Dukes of Hazzard. Thank you. Oh, he's funny. He's funny. But the A-Team, that was a good one too. I really liked the A-Team. That one was fun with Mr. T. That one was good. Gosh, what else? Somebody else, come on. Let's name some more of them. Let's really make ourselves feel old, huh? Ooh, the new Magnum PI is good. Jay Hernandez is a cutie pie. Well, Kelly, thank you very much for that information. I'm going to have to check that out. We watched The Reacher on Prime. If you haven't, check that one out, ladies. You will not be disappointed. Check that one out for sure. Twilight Zone. Mr. Wizard liked Twilight Zone. I was never big into Twilight Zone. See, I don't like the scary stuff. I don't like the sci-fi scary stuff. It's just not my thing. Why I watch Star Trek. The only reason I ever watched Star Trek is my dad did. And I wanted to spend time with Dad, you know. But I wasn't really into it. Oh my gosh, Judy says, my son loved the Dukes of Hazzard. He took my car keys and stuck them in an outlet. Oh, Lord. Oh, boy. Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah, I never watched Alfred Hitchcock either. That was just too scary for me. That kind of stuff would give me nightmares. Would just give me nightmares. So I never watched that kind of stuff. Of course, I was a kid. You know, I was born in the early 80s. So that stuff would have been all reruns for me. And I was a little kid during that stuff. All right, on to another row. We're never going to get to the border stuff today because I'm just having way too much fun. Yes, Kelly. Yes, he is. Yes. Yes, it was a really well done show all around, but, you know, he's not bad to look at either. Not bad to... He is not hard on the eyes. That is for sure. It's definitely not hard on the eyes. That is for certain. I kind of like that one better. Night Agent on Netflix is another really good one. Again, that one's not bad either. That one's another good one, if you're interested. But come on, let's see. What other 80s and early 90s television shows were out there that were fun? What else you got? Come on, challenge me. Let's see if I've watched them or not. 3. If I remember them from my youth. Trying to think of some of the other ones. My dad used to watch a lot of cooking shows too. My dad was really the cook in the family. Don't get me wrong, my mom knows how to cook. She's a fantastic cook. But when I was a little, my dad did a lot of cooking. And so he would watch a lot of the cooking shows. You know, the Emerald Lagasse. Guys remember that? And the Southern Cook. That one was another one that was a big one here in the States. There was gosh, I can't remember the day. Jan Khan Cook. Those are all. I think those were all on PBS. I think it was the channel they were on, or channel 11 maybe. Oh, Belvedere. That one. I remember that one. Alf. Oh my God, Alf. How can I forget Alf? Oh my God, I loved that show. It was one of my favorites. Oh, I had a stuffed Alf. It was so cool. The soaps. Yeah, my mom used to watch that. Didn't Dallas was popular. Yeah, never saw Dallas, but yeah. Good morning, our treasured home. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. I cannot say that I've ever seen your name in chat before, so good morning. Welcome. We're talking about... Taxi. That was a good one. We're talking about TV shows. I don't know how we get... It's weird how we get on the subjects of these things, but we did. So now we're talking about older TV shows from, like, we'll say mid to late 80s to early 90s. That's kind of the time frame we're looking at right now. So feel free, throw something out there. It was great to see you. Welcome. Good morning. The soaps. Yeah, I remember. Justin Wilson. Yes, thank you, Brett. See, I knew this is why you guys are the experts. Justin Wilson. Yes, the Southern Cook, or what was he? The Southern Cook, isn't that his name? Yeah. Oh, he was hysterical. I think he was drunk the whole time he was cooking, but it was fantastic. The hot sauce. Rachel Ray is fantastic. I love her. I've always loved her shows. I used to love her when she was on the Food Network, when she was doing the $40 a day. I have all of her cookbooks, like almost all of them. She's fantastic. But I liked, I was talking more about the ones my dad used to watch. It was like 4 of them right in a row. Yeah, and kind cook. 1 noodle make 2 noodle, 2 noodle make 4. See? Exactly. Yes, exactly. See, these are the funny things. Galloping Gourmet. Oh my gosh. Knots Landing. Yeah, that's a good one, yeah. Alf Keeps the Cats Away. Yep. Oh god, I loved Alf. He was so much fun. Silver Spoons. Oh my god, I forgot about Silver Spoons. Yes. Silver Spoons. That was another good one. That was another really good one, yeah. Happy Days. You know, I watched reruns of Happy Days like well later in life, but that was not one that I was ever really into. The Waltons, yeah, that might that one's a little that one's a little beyond me. I'm sorry to say that was a little past my generation, but I have seen reruns of that one. And Mom, if you're still watching, I remember my sister's name is Tracy. You guys know this. And so my sister had a really hard time with bedtime. She didn't always go to bed. And so my mom used to say, "Good night, Gracie. Good night, Gracie. Good night, Gracie." I don't think that's from the Waltons, though. I think that's from a different show. But my mom used to say, "Good night, Gracie. Good night, Gracie. Good night, Gracie." It would annoy the snot out of my sister because her name wasn't Gracie. All in the Family. That was a good one. Kelly says, better get on with the day. Bye, gang. No problem, Kelly. No problem at all. Yeah, one of these days we'll actually get to sewing. We're just having way too much fun chatting here, hanging out with friends. That is kind of the whole point of this channel, is we just kind of hang out with friends. Sometimes we get something done. Sometimes we get stuff done. Dukes of Hazzard. That's funny. See, even Mr. Wizard was getting in on it. Little House on the Prairie. I had seen reruns of that show. I don't think that I was watching the originals. But I did read a lot of those books when I was a kid. The Little House on the Prairie books were my favorites. Alice. I used to watch the Angles too. Yeah, the Angles. Yeah, I remember that. Facts of Life. That was another good one. Yes. What was that? TGI Friday? Wasn't that on ABC? TGI Friday? Where they had I think it was 4 shows. There was, help me here, friends. The Perfect Strangers, right? There was, help me here. There was 4 shows. I think it was 4 shows. And the shows changed over the years, so they weren't always the same 4 shows. But I remember Perfect Strangers because Balky was my favorite. And then there was Family Matters with Urkel. There was the Urkels. That was Family Matters. And then there was like 1 or 2 more shows, and for the life of me, I feel like one of them had Helen Hunt in it, didn't it? She was married to somebody. I feel like there was one of those. And then there was another show. And help me here. Mutual of Omaha, Wild Kingdom. Oh, that's a good one, yeah. The Frugal Gourmet. Yes, thank you. Thank you, Brad. That's what it was. It was the Frugal Gourmet. That's the one I was thinking of. Welcome Back, Cotter. Yeah, that's a good one, too. Hi, Marie. Good morning. We're talking about shows. We're talking about television shows from the mid to late 80s and early 90s. We're all trying to relive our youth for the moment, and everybody's trying to challenge me to see which shows I remember as a kid. I was born in the early 80s, so some of them I probably won't know, but we're having a fun time remembering all these older shows. These older television shows, back when television shows were fun to watch. I think I still have one of his cookbooks. The Frugal Gourmet, is that what you're talking about? One of his cookbooks? That would be awesome. My dad had some of Emeril Lagasse's cookbooks. I know he had some of his cookbooks. But my dad didn't really follow recipes. He cooked. I cook a lot like my dad did. My dad, I mean, he would follow recipes, but they were really just a suggestion. They were really just a way for him to figure out which ingredients work together, but he never really followed the recipe per se. He didn't, follow the measuring instructions or things like that. He didn't really do any of that. And of course, there was never really any techniques involved. Oh, there we go. Mad About You. Yes. Thank you, Judy. See, I told you guys you would know. Yes, that was it. That was the show. Yes, with Helen Hunt. Yes, that was one of the ones. I want to say that was on a TGI Fridays thing, wasn't it? I do remember the show. Whether it was a TGI Fridays or not, I can't tell you. But that was definitely a show. I remember. I don't know that was early 90s, but Tom Selleck. Thank you, Marie. Yes, we mentioned him a couple of times. And we've all decided it was not the Hawaiian church that we were interested in. Facts of Life. Thank you, babe. See, Mr. Wizard. He's on the other side of the wall here. He said Facts of Life. That's another one. Yeah, that was a good one. he's getting in on it now, too. Gosh, what other ones were there? Murder, She Wrote, Teresa. Yes, my grandma used to watch that one. That was one of the ones I was thinking about. Murder, She Wrote. I think I mentioned that. Matlock. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Diagnosis, Murder. You want to know which one my sister and I loved? And you guys probably wouldn't have watched it because it was on with television, the cartoons in the morning. It was called Ghost Writer. Like writer, like writing. That one is a really cool one. It was like kind of like a Goosebumps books. I don't know if you remember those. It was kind of like that. It was like these weird mysteries and this like weird magical pen would write these things in the air. It was just so much fun. We had so much fun with that one. I remember that when I was a kid. That was probably late 80s, early 90s. Brad Fortista says, I think I have a Justin Wilson, Louisiana Cooking, and Jeff Smith, the Frugal Gourmet Cookbooks. That is so much fun. Thank you, Chloe. Chloe says, I loved Ghost Rider. Oh, good. Somebody else watched it besides me. That one was one of our favorites when we were a kid. That was one of our absolute favorites. We never got into like the Barneys and things. We didn't get into that stuff. That really came out after we were kind of already done with being kids. But yeah, Ghost Rider was fun. Oh, I like that one. That one was a good one. My sister still mentions that show. David Cassidy, right? I mean, I don't really know anybody that didn't. Who's the Boss? That's Brandy. That is an excellent one. Yeah. Who's the Boss? That was a good one. Yeah, Melissa Milano was in that. She started in that one too. That's kind of where she got her start. Yeah, that one was a good one. Goosebumps books. Yeah, those were one of my favorites. I had a really hard time reading when I was a kid. I had some comprehension issues when I was younger. And it took a long time for me to get to a point where I was actually comfortable reading books on my own. It wasn't really my thing. But the Goosebumps books were easy enough for me to be able to read. Same thing with the Little House on the Prairie books. Those books were all easy enough for me to be able to read that I could enjoy them. Taxi. Yes, Marie. Somebody else mentioned Taxi before. I love Taxi. Taxi was one of my... Cheers. No one has mentioned Cheers. Cheers was another good one. Cheers was a good one. I think I caught reruns of Cheers. I don't think that I ever watched the originals. I think I was too little or it was on too late at night for me to watch that one. But that's another good one. Here Comes the Bride had Davy Sherman. Oh, yeah, there you go. Weren't we all planning to marry David Cassidy? I mean, he wasn't even in my... He wasn't even in my generation, and I was still planning on it. Yeah. Oh, too funny. Too funny. 100% for sure. So let's see. 3, 4. We are actually doing something, by the way, while we're chatting here, so that's okay. I'm sewing up rows. It's okay. So, gosh, I'm trying to think if there was any more that we could think of. I loved Alf. I loved Mr. Belvedere. The Nanny was another one. I think that one was probably in early 90s. Mr. Belvedere was fun. Davy Sherman is a police officer in California now. Oh, that's interesting. I know, Teresa, all they know how to make nowadays is reality TV. And I'm sorry, but it's just not my thing. I'm not into the reality television shows. They're just not my thing. They're just so not. And even like Mr. Wizard and I started watching on Hulu. I don't know if you guys have Hulu or not. Mr. Wizard and I started watching Greg and Dharma. It's so like early 2000s. It's like, I think it was like 2010, 2011. Such a cute show. Such a cute show. And I forgot that shows like that, even existed. It was really cute. There was no political. There was nothing political. There was nothing. I mean, okay, well, some of it probably was probably would have been canceled nowadays, but it was just gentle humor is really what it came down to, and it was just so nice to be able to watch Prince of Bel-Air. Yeah, I remember that one. Thank you, Mom. Prince of Bel-Air. That was a good one. I remember watching that. Excuse me. Anybody remember the Charleston? Sanford and Sons. Oh my gosh, I forgot about Sanford and Sons. Yes, my grandma loved them. I mean, of course, when I was watching them, they were reruns for sure. But oh my gosh, they were so funny. And that is a show that you could not have on the show on the channel now. It would be canceled in a second. Family Ties. That was another good one. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the reality shows. It's just not my thing. The Jeffersons. Yeah, the Jeffersons was a good one. Who was the other one that played opposite? Was it the Honeymooners? No. I mean, of course, there's Lucy. Lucy wasn't in that generation. She was older than that generation, but those were... Mom knows. Lucy's one of my favorites. And one of Mom's too. All in the Family. Very controversial. Yep. Yep. Maud. There you go. Yeah, see, some of these are just classics, in my opinion. Back when we had cable, and of course we don't have cable anymore, but back when we had cable or DirecTV, I forget which one it was, they actually had a classics channel. It was a classic TV channel, and they had all of these older episodes on there. Nowadays, sometimes you can find them on Hulu, sometimes not. Prince of Bel-Air. Yeah, that was with Will Smith. That's how Will Smith and Jada Pinkett met, was on the Prince of Bel-Air show. Golden Girls. Thank you, Mom. Golden Girls. That is a classic. Oh my gosh, Betty White. And that's one of my favorites. They used to play reruns of the Golden Girls late at night. That's usually how I knew it was bedtime. When the Golden Girls would come on, I knew I had to turn the TV off. Golden Girls. I love that. Yeah, that was a good one. I don't know what the time frame was on that or if it fits within our window, but that is definitely a good one. I don't think I know of anyone that didn't enjoy the Golden Girls, honestly. Get Smart. Facts of Life. Yeah, Mr. Wizard mentioned that one, yeah. Get Smart. Yeah, that's a good one. I Dream Bewitched. Mom, wasn't that the one you liked? Was it Bewitched or I Dream of Jeannie? My mom really liked one of the two of those. But yeah, those are good ones. Good call. Yeah, those are good ones. I wanted to grow up and be Samantha. Didn't everybody? Didn't everybody want to grow up and be Samantha? One of my absolute favorite movies, and I don't know if anybody else has watched this movie or not. I think it's from the 80s. It's like 1984 or 85. I don't remember the exact year. It's called Teen Witch. My absolute 100% favorite movie. That and Twister, of course. Who doesn't love Twister? Those are my absolute favorite movies. Family Affairs. Yeah, that was another good one. I think everybody wanted to be Samantha. Yup. There we go. Attach and rows. Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Yes. In fact, I was just watching reruns of that one. That one's also on, I want to say Hulu. I think it was on Hulu. I was watching reruns of that one. That's a good one. I love, you know, another one I like, again, not in the time frame that we were in, but Mr. Wizard and I just finished watching that one as well. Melissa and Joey. Melissa Joan Hart and Joey Lawrence. Those two are just the cutest couple on television. I mean, I realize there's nothing in real life, but just adorable online on together. I loved that series. It was one of my absolute favorites. I absolutely loved it. Oh, the Munsters. Oh my gosh, why didn't the Addams Family? Yes, those are the Munsters was my favorite. Absolutely. Oh, the Monkeys. The Monkeys. No one mentioned the Monkeys. That was my favorite when I was a kid. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, now I want to go watch the Munsters. The Munsters were so much fun. So much fun. And the Addams Family was good too. And I have to say, even the Addams Family movies, I think they've done a really great job with those as well. This last one that they did, the Wednesday on Netflix, if you haven't already watched it, that one's a good series. That one's really good. I think they did Jenny Ortega did a fantastic job as Wednesday. She did a fantastic job. Uncle Fester. In fact, our cat, when we were growing up, we had a long-haired Persian cat, and my stepdad named him Pugsley after the Addams Family. And then we got another cat, and we tried to name him Uncle Fester, but it didn't really work. He ended up being named Tigger later, but it didn't really work as Uncle Fester. But yeah, Pugsley got his name from the Addams Family, and then he turned into a Pooh Bear. Long story. He turned into a Pooh Bear, and that's how we ended up with Tigger. But yeah, Pugsley. Loved Wednesday. Friends, probably all time great of the 90s. Oh yeah, Friends. Yep. That one you can watch reruns of over and over again. Pivot. So much fun. Even the kids like that one. My kids are, definitely out of that generation, and even they enjoy that show. I love the Monkeys so much. I know, they were one of my favorites. What was the other one that was with the family? What was the one that there was another one that was on at the same time with the Monkeys, was a singing family. I want to say it started with a P. The Witcher is good. Yes, Teresa, The Witcher is good for sure. Davy Jones. What is the name of that one? It was a mom, a bunch of kids. They drove a bus. What was the name of that one? I want to say it started with a P. I could be completely... Hey, thank you. Partridge Family. Thank you. Yes, I knew somebody would get it. Yeah, that's the Partridge Family. Thank you. That was another good one. See, look at how many great television shows there were way back when. I mean, and these were just good, clean humor. Wasn't anything... I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there were some episodes that were a little, questionable. But they were just good, clean humor. And just miss those. You just miss those nowadays. I mean, it's one of the reasons we got rid of cable. Because it just didn't seem like it was really worth it anymore. Although I will say this, Mr. Wizard and I are enjoying The Rookie. We have been enjoying that one for quite a while now. So we're really excited that one's back on the air. Different Strokes, thank you. American Bandstand. There you go, Mom. American Bandstand. There you go. She's showing her age, no? Oh. Soul Train. Soul Train. Again, reruns, not the originals for me. But yes, I do remember that one. That one was another good one. Yes, thank you, the Partridge Family. Mr. Wizard must be a little bit. Chicago Fire, yes. Mom is really into all those. The Chicago Fire, the Chicago PD. I mean, of course, you know, being from the state of Illinois and being a southwest suburb of Chicago, we have to support local, you know. So, of course, the Chicago shows are fantastic. I have not actually watched them myself, but Mom, I know she loves them. She's seen them all. She likes them very much. And they do a lot of the recording in Chicago. So a lot of it is real. Solid Gold. Blue Bloods. That's a good one, yeah. Mom says, clue number 5, complete. Yay, Mom. She's working on a mini mystery quilt. She's not working on Tree of Life or Carnival. She's working on a mini mystery quilt. So she's super excited. She's trying to put that together. Once she gets it all together, we're going to help her actually sandwich it up. Yes, I did see the newest episode of Rookie. The one that was on Wednesday. Yeah, with the wedding. Yep, saw that. Dragnet. Fast forward, Mr. Wizard. You're behind a bit. You know, I think sometimes he hits the screen. He touches the screen and he accidentally pauses it. And so he is a little bit behind. But that's okay. I'm glad he's participating. That's all that matters. Yes. Laugh In. Oh, I can't say that I remember that one. I do remember Whose Line Is It Anyway? And the Drew Carey Show. I remember those. I don't think that those were early 90s, but I do. The Whose Line Was It Anyway? I still watch reruns of that one because they have reels of those on Facebook and Instagram. I still watch those because some of those are just die laughing, hysterical. So funny. So funny. Oh, in fact, Mr. Wizard and I wanted to share this with you guys. Mr. Wizard and I came across a new comedian. She's, I think she's Irish. I think she's an Irish comedian. Hysterical. Absolutely hysterical. What is her name? Give me a minute. I'm going to have to look it up now. She was, hold on. Hold the phone. What is her name? Give me a minute. I'll tell you. Sarah Millican. Sarah Millican. If you guys have not already, look her up. She's got Facebook Reels. She's got Instagram Reels. If you have the money, it's like $2 on Amazon Prime. You can get her special. You can rent her special. Hysterical. She's a little hard to understand because she is Irish, so subtitles helps in some cases. But we finally found a comedian that like laugh so hard you pee yourself kind of comedian. That's her. Totally her. 100%. We had so much fun watching her. She was so funny. So definitely recommend you check her out. Mom says, have to leave, you ladies. Outside is calling me. Nope, Mom, we completely understand. Yeah, we're just about wrapping up here. I got on all this tangent, and so now, of course, the rows aren't done. That's all right. It's fine. The whole point of these Sunday live streams is to hang out with friends and chat about fun stuff. And sometimes we get a project done. Sometimes we don't. Kids say the darndest things in America's Funniest Videos. Oh my gosh, I remember America's Funniest Videos. My dad loved that show. Wasn't there a spin-off of that too? I feel like there was a spin-off of America's Funniest Home Videos. Something else. But yeah, that was funny. Those were good ones. The plane! Oh, so much fun. Supporting the channel one room over. That is Mr. Wizard. Yes, he watches. He watches from his his workspace, his work area, his studio, if you will. He's in the garage. But he watches. Naomi, 100%. 100%. But totally worth it. Totally worth it. She says, thanks for the warning. I'll buy some Depends before watching the comedian, Sarah. Yeah, oh, for sure. Gunsmoke. There's a good one. The Love Boat. Gilligan's Island is another good one. That one was funny. The Honeymooners was funny. I loved Lucy and the Honeymooners. Those were my two favorites. Those were funny. I'm showing my age. Aren't we all? Fantasy Island. I didn't see that one, yeah. Goldie Hawn was so young then. Oh. What was she in? Oh, Laugh-In. Okay. Must have been with Goldie Hawn. I mean, obviously there was the Johnny Carson show. I mean, those probably weren't during those time periods for sure. But Johnny Carson's show was there. Carol Burnett. Good one. Yeah, Carol Burnett show. I would just watch a Facebook reel with Carol Burnett and the girl and the elderly lady from I can't remember it now. Oh boy. What happened? Marie, what did you do? Marie, please refrain from using foul language, Marie. I don't know what you did, but let me see if I can find it. What did you do? Too funny. Oh, probably the Beaver. Marie said I can go back to Leave It to Beaver, Dick Van Dyke, which is probably what Streamlabs didn't like, and Patty Duke Show and Lassie. That's funny. But yeah, Marie, you're fine. Too funny. Mama's Family. Thank you. Yes, that's the one I was trying to think of. But Marie, yes, I loved all of those. Leave It to Beaver, Dick Van Dyke, Patty Duke, and Lassie. Lassie was my favorite. I actually grew up with a collie. Yep, 100%. True story. Collie's name was Ginger. I got her when I was 2 years old, and she passed away when I was 20. So I had her for 18 years. And she looked just like Lassie. Everybody used to say that all the time. She looks just like Lassie. Yeah, too funny. No worries, Marie. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't like the words we use. It's okay, though. Rhonda. Hi, Patty. Good morning. The Brady Bunch. That was a good one. Yeah, that was a good one. Marie, please do not apologize. It was within context. It was fine. It was just, Streamlabs saw the words and didn't like it. So. Hug the bot, Marie. Marie, I actually had a collie and German Shepherd mix. Yeah, that was our dog Bubbles. When the girls were growing up, she was a collie. She was a smooth collie Shepherd mix. So a smooth collie was a short-haired collie. I grew up with a purebred collie, long hair, purebred collie. And then when the kids were born, after the kids were a couple years old, I decided to get a dog because I really think that having animals. I believe that having animals in the house is important for children. I think it teaches them a lot of things, but it teaches them how to be kind to animals and things like that. And so we rescued a smooth collie shepherd mix from a local shelter. We named her Bubbles. She was best dog in the world, absolutely the best dog in the world. But she was a smooth collie shepherd mix. So yeah, we've had those too. Short nose. Like a shepherd, but all of the colors of a collie. She had the collie hair and the collie body, but she had a short nose like a shepherd. Absolutely adorable dog. One of my favorites. We miss her. She passed away a few years ago. We really miss her. Mary Tyler Moore on Hulu. Oh, good call. What was the collie's name? My collie's name was Ginger. Naomi. Our collies. My grandma had owned quite a few collies, in her lifetime. But the last collie she had, and they were all named Ginger. My mom can tell you she grew up with collies named Ginger. But the last one that she had, obviously, was Ginger again. But that one was they considered that my dog because she bonded with me the most because I was little. I picked her out of the the pen that she was in. I went in and I picked her out from all the puppies, and we brought her home, and she bonded with me. So yeah, that was Ginger. I had a collie named Lady. Yeah, that's a popular name for the larger long-haired dogs. Shetland sheepdog who looked like a miniature lassie named her Pedigree. We named her Pedigree named Crystal May Crack. Perfect dog who tried BTO hurt us and keeps it in the yard. My aunt actually raises Shelties. My aunt, she has them as show dogs. She usually has about 3 of them at a time, and she trains them as show dogs. They're absolutely gorgeous dogs. But you're right, they look like miniature collies, but they're not. They're a completely different breed. But they do look like miniature collies, and they're just adorable. They're just so cute. She's got she has. Gosh, aunt, if you're my aunt, if she's watching now, I apologize. I think she's got. I know she's got. I think it's called a classic. I could be wrong. It's the red and white, and then she might have a blue merle too. Now I'm not sure. I don't remember if she does still or not, and I apologize for not knowing. Shelties are super smart. Yeah, they're beautiful dogs. Absolutely beautiful dogs. She sends us pictures all the time. They're just beautiful. I think that dog's IQ is higher than mine. Sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I truly wonder. Yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%. I was trying to iron. It's like, you guys have got me all distracted today. I have not gotten nearly anything done today that I wanted to get done, but that is totally okay because I had so much fun. I've been having so much fun chatting with you guys today. We're going to go an extra half an hour today, so we're going to go till 1 since we started a little late. But yeah, we're definitely not going to get done what we thought we were going to get done today, but that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. This is turning out beautiful, isn't it? I assume you're talking about the quilt. But you're absolutely right, 100%. It is turning out absolutely gorgeous. I'm loving it so far. I love the pattern is turning out beautiful. I love the colors. There we go. You started this with the TV show name. I know, Judy. I know. It's my fault. It usually is. It's fine. You know what? I am perfectly okay spending the 2 hours for the live stream just sitting here chatting with you guys. Because, I mean, that's really the point. Like I said, we are here to hang out, and if we make something great. That's the added bonus. If we make something pretty at the same time, well, that's an added bonus. You know, that's always been the point of this particular channel, is just to hang out with friends and have a good time. You know, sewing is kind of the second part of the show. It's really what it comes down to. It's the second part, yeah. It's the added bonus. Good conversation in the sewing room today. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. We're not quite done yet. We got about half an hour left. There's no way in heck I'm going to get these all done, though, in half an hour. But, you know, that's okay. I'm okay with that. I always set a goal for myself, and very rarely do I ever meet it. Very rarely. It's like yesterday. I came in here. I wanted to do something. I got nothing done. Dawn says she's been ironing and trimming all her scraps into pre-cut pieces. That's awesome. Just a reminder for those of you who weren't here earlier this morning, if you are not already, please consider going over and giving Dawn a sub on her channel. I'm pretty sure if you do !Dawn in chat, it'll give you a link to her channel. She also does a blog, which is really super helpful. So make sure you go check that out as well. Naomi says, have a good day. I'll get my butt out of bed. Next week's topic is going to be music, she says. I'm all for it. Let's go. For sure. 100%. Let's do it. Just so you guys, I mean, I'm sure you guys can see this, but this is turning out fantastic. So it was totally worth having to take it apart like 4 or 5 times now. But yeah, it's turning out so fantastic. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. All right, next row. Yeah, sounds great. Yeah, I'm with you. Thank you for throwing that link in there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Lucas. Start this way. This one. Nope. Trying to keep this scrappy if I can, by not getting the same pieces together. At least that is the goal here. There we go. That one's better. That one there. There's 3. And then my 4th one can be that one. Marie says, congratulations, winners. Must have had a heist going. I missed it. It's okay. All right. The good news is we only have 2 more rows to do. So I might do the 2 rows off camera. So then that way when we come back, we can cut the pieces for our borders. Yeah, Judy, I'm with you. And this is why I've kind of kept going with it. Because, I mean, if you guys have been watching the channel for a while and following this particular project, then you know we had some struggles in the beginning, for sure. You know, I've had to take this thing apart 4 different times to put it together. But that's why I just kept at it. Because I really wanted this pattern to work. I really, really wanted this pattern to work. So that's why we just kept at it. We just kept pushing through. And eventually I knew that things would work out the way they needed to. And it's a good lesson to learn. You know, just persevere. Just keep going through it. Just keep working through it, and eventually it will actually come out to be what it's supposed to be. But yeah, I'm truly loving it. We have 2 borders. No, 3 borders. There's 3 borders for it. It's like one of those like 2-inch. You know, it's like a 2.5, then a 1-inch, and then a 3 or a 5 or something. So I'm really excited to see what it's going to look like with the borders on it. Yeah, I'm so glad that it's finally starting to come together, and you guys can see what it's supposed to look like. You know, I mean, I know I've showed you guys the pattern before on the screen, but it's hard to really understand what it's going to look like with these fabrics. I'm just so glad that it's finally turning out the way it's supposed to. It's finally coming together. I don't know if Brenda's joining us today, but Brenda was putting this together with us. She was doing it as a sew-along, and she had some issues right in the beginning with trimming up her fabrics, and so she had to kind of do it as a paper piecing project in order to make sure that she was going to do it correctly. And then she ran out of fabric, and then she had to find some more fabric and things like that. So she's had her own struggles with this particular project. It's like the project is cursed, I'm telling you. But if you just keep persevering through it, keep pushing through, and it does eventually turn into something absolutely beautiful. It just takes a minute to get there. It takes a minute to get there, for sure. But it's a super easy pattern, and that's the part that's just flooring me this whole time. Is it's such an easy pattern, but you just have to pay attention to what you're doing, And I don't always do that when I'm on these live streams, and that was part of the problem. For sure. For sure. All right. There is a lot of matching seams as well when you're putting the blocks together, so just be careful with that. Don't be afraid to flip a seam if you need to. I do that a lot when I'm matching stuff up. Happy Sunday, Melissa. Good morning. Hi, how are you? I hope you are well. We're running a little late today because we started a little bit late. The first Sunday of every month, we do a virtual breakfast with our kids. Mr. Wizard and I meet our kids on a virtual call for breakfast. And so we start the stream a half an hour later so that we can do that. It's a lot of fun. I'm trying to figure out which way this was now. I think it was this way. Yes, this way. So that's why we're running about half an hour later today. Normally we would have ended the stream already, so I'm glad you were able to catch it. I hope you were outside enjoying this beautiful weather. I hope the weather by you is beautiful. Seems like it's been pretty good everywhere else. We were talking about TV shows earlier. All the good classic TV shows from the late 80s and early 90s. We've decided next week we will talk about music. If I remember. Feel free to tell us what your favorite shows were in the late 80s, early 90s, Melissa. We're happy to... they were probably already named, but maybe not. You never know. A lot of so great ideas that came up. And the consensus is that most everybody dislikes reality television now. Most everybody seems to dislike reality television. Mr. Wizard even joined in on the fun. He was popping in every now and again to answer questions for me. Mr. Wizard likes to claim he's self-proclaimed as the expert, what does he call it? The encyclopedia of useless information. That's what he calls himself. He is the encyclopedia of useless information. He can name television shows, movies, music, you name it, but basically that's not really important information. Of course, according to him. According to me, I think it's important. He's the encyclopedia of what he calls useless information. I don't think it's useless, but that's what he says. Amazing Race and Survivor. I can see Amazing Race. That one I might be interested in. Survivor, I'm just shocked that show is still on television, honestly. It's not a bad show. Don't get me wrong. I'm just shocked that it's still on television as long as it has been. I cannot stand any of the Bachelor shows or any of those dating shows. They are so fake, or the ones with like Big Brothers. They're such fake shows. I don't like any of those. Even like, I used to like, Married at First Sight. No. Married at First Sight. Basically where they take two strangers and they put them together and they make them get married. I can't remember what the name of the show is. I used to like that show when it very first came out. It was really interesting to me because it was a psychological, it was a psychology thing. It was very interesting. Now it's just people wanting to get their money. It's become drama now, and to me it's just not as interesting anymore. I liked it from the science aspect of it, the psychology, the psychiatry aspect. I really liked it from that particular aspect, but now it's it's become, you know, it's no longer a social experiment anymore. Now it's, you know, a drama show, and I'm just not into that. I'm not into the drama. Same thing with like the shows of about polygamy and things like that. I was interested in those from the perspective that it was something that I didn't know anything about, and I was curious as to how things would work in that dynamic. Whether you agree or disagree with that dynamic is neither here nor there. It was simply a matter of how do they, the curiosity caught me. But again, first couple of seasons I was interested in. Now I don't care. I don't need to know their whole life drama. I just was interested in how the family dynamic worked. And I don't really feel like they really ever went into, at least the first couple of seasons, they did go into the family dynamics of how they do their grocery shopping, how they run their family, how they do those things. Those things interested me. But now I just don't care anymore. I don't care about the drama anymore. Swamp People and Moonshiners. Yeah, I mean, I've watched both of those shows when we had cable. I've watched them both. They have their levels of entertainment for sure, and there is some education to them as well, because some of it is really interesting to me. It's just not my thing. It was like what was that hunting show? Duck Dynasty. I never got into that. Or Honey Boo Boo. Yeah, not my thing. Not my thing. Those were not my thing. Moonshiners was interesting for a while, because I was interested in how there was a couple of them that were trying to go legit. They were trying to go legal, and I was interested in that kind of process of how they do that. But I didn't watch them for very long, and I don't have cable anymore, so. The 90-Day Fiance was intriguing at first, and then it just got stupid. Yeah, I agree, Melissa. Yeah, I was in the same boat. 100%. The 100 Brady says, I don't think I could marry at first sight. Not anymore. No, I think maybe when I was in my early to mid 20s, maybe I probably could have. But no, not now. No, now that I know what I know, no, I'd kill him. No, couldn't do it. No, but like I said, naive, younger years, I probably could have done it. Alone. Now, I do enjoy that show, or at least I did. I have not watched it in a very long time, but Mr. Wizard and I used to really enjoy that show, because the part about it that we really liked was that they were recording themselves. Now, there was still a medical check-in and things like that. We learned that later. But there was still those things to make sure that these people were safe. But they weren't allowed to talk to anybody. They weren't allowed to ask any questions. But they do still get a human interaction when they come in and they check them medically. But that was a good show. We enjoyed that. We haven't watched that one in a while either. But that one was a really good one. Teresa says don't watch those. Yeah. Tim did go legit. Yeah, I knew there was one of the guys that was thinking about it at one point in time. He was a moonshiner that went legit. So some of it was interesting to me. Like I said, I think I have a little bit of a different perspective of that stuff now. I don't necessarily. Yeah, it's supposed to be there for entertainment, and I get that, and so I try to remember that, that it's supposed to be entertaining, But, that's why there's so many different things out there, is because not everything is for everybody, just like YouTube. This channel is not for everybody, and I understand that. I'm just really glad it's for you guys. I'm just really glad you guys enjoy it. That's all that matters to me. You guys hang out with me for the week. Yeah, the reality shows are just not my... There was one on MTV. I don't know if you guys remember it. The Real Life on MTV. Does anybody remember that one? It was, again, the first couple of seasons were really interesting. They just take a bunch of strangers and they throw them in a house together and make them live together. It's kind of like Jersey Shore, I think was the same way. First couple of seasons were interesting because it was like, okay, kind of understanding the dynamics, trying to figure out. But then again, it turned weird. The drama got involved, the ratings went up, whatever. And it just became weird. And it's like, I don't want the weird part of it. I want the psychological part of it. I want the understanding human behavior part of it. That's the part that I'm really interested in. The sociology behind it. That's really what I was interested in. But all right. The beginning of the downfall of MTV. 100%. Yeah, 100%. The cupcake competition on the Food Network. See, now some of those are fun. I can't tell you the last time I watched the Food Network. Probably when we had back when we had cable. The Food Network has its fun moments too. I enjoyed that. The one that I really liked from the Food Network was The Worst Cook, The Worst Chef. That was the one I really enjoyed. Because they take these people that literally know nothing about cooking, and they teach them how to cook. And I thought that was really helpful. Of course, again, same thing. It first couple of seasons were really great, and then it turned weird because of all the drama and these weirdos. It's like some of these people are like, "Is this real? Could this person really not know how to do this?" It's like, come on. Like some people didn't know how to boil water. Literally, did not know how to boil water. I mean, is that real? Is there really somebody out there that doesn't know how to do this thing? So that was a little weird. Worst Cook is in America. Yes, that one. Yeah. Wife Swap. That one was, and Trading Spouses. Those were interesting. Again, from the social aspect of it. It was interesting to kind of figure out how these people, how you would do that, and you know what, again, it was one of those things where it helps you, you kind of take your spouse for granted, things like that. So I was interested in it from that aspect. But then it became this whole drama-filled people... it just became this weird thing, and I didn't enjoy it after that. A fish in the dishwasher to steam cook it. Really? It's just so weird. Brady says I could win that show. Which one are we talking about? Trading Spouses or The Worst Cook in America? Oh, according to your husband. Okay. Must be the cooking one. Oh. Too funny. So I'm guessing he does the cooking then? It's just a guess. I can tell you this. Mr. Wizard, he tries. He really tries. I mean, he was a bachelor for a very long time before we met. And even before that, when he was married to his first wife, he was a bachelor for a long time before he married his first wife. So he cooks like a bachelor. If it's not out of a box or out of a jar, he doesn't know how to make it. And that's fine. Some people are like that, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Me, I'm the complete opposite of that. I do not want it out of a jar. I don't want it out of a jar. I don't want it out of a box. Just let me do it myself. But recently, Mr. Wizard and I have joined into HelloFresh, which for those of you who aren't familiar, I'm not sponsored. This is not sponsored at all. But we have joined, it's one of those meal prep. It's like one of those meal kits, They give you, you pay $100 a week for 3 meals. And they send you everything. You pick out what meals you want, and they send you all the ingredients in this cute little bag, and you just follow the instructions, right? Well, the first week that we got them, we're on like our 3rd week now. The first week we got them, I made the meals, and Mr. Wizard watched me. The second time we got them, Mr. Wizard says, I could do this. Let me try. He goes, and I told him, I said, if you want to start it before I get home, that's fine. Well, he ended up making the whole meal. And so he made it all by himself. And again, he's not he can manage in the kitchen. He can follow instructions. He's like, I could do this. He goes, this is actually a lot of fun. And so he's actually learning. I wouldn't say learning how to cook because that sounds unfair. But he's really enjoying making these meals. And I gotta tell you, ladies, I am really enjoying him making the meals. Because I cannot tell you, I don't think I've ever, well, that's not true, because he has cooked before. But it is so nice to be able to come home and have dinner already cooked. Somebody else made it. It is so nice. So, just a suggestion for you. If you have a budget for it, and you don't have a huge family that you have to feed, because if you have a large family, it's not going to work. But if it's just you and your spouse, try one of these meal kits. I'm telling you, it's about the same price as groceries. It's about the same price as groceries. But it really does help you learn some cooking techniques and learn about ingredients. And we've been keeping the recipes, and we're actually going to be remaking one of the recipes tonight for dinner. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, really, Judy? Wow, that's terrible. Judy says, I bought a few of those home fresh meals, and my husband would tell me, don't buy that again. Well, it's not for everybody, unfortunately. Judy says, I could give you a run for your money on the worst cook. The Kush situation. Oh, boy. Dawn says, wife swap. If I were to go on that show, I would work so much I would end up in the Kush situation. I'm not sure what the Kush situation is, but... Dawn, I'm with you. It took me a minute. It took me a hot minute. She says, I cannot imagine what I would do with my spare time if I did not have to cook every day. I'm a little lost. I will be honest with you. When I come home and he's already behind the stove cooking, it's like, what do I do? The last time I tried to put the dishes away, he had already put them away. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, can I help somehow? I didn't know what to do with myself. So it's taking a little bit to get used to. But I got to tell you, we're doing these every other week. So I cook one week, he cooks the next, which is fantastic. And I find the food to be very good. I mean, I found the meals to be very good because you can pick which meals you have. You don't necessarily have to go with what they pick. You can pick your own. And I have found them to be very enjoyable. And I really, truly enjoy them. If it's something you want to try, and again, I'm not sponsored by this in any way, shape, or form, but if it's something you want to try, I can send you an email code for a free box. It's just part of being part of the group, part of the app. It's nothing sponsored. I'm not getting any kickbacks. I do get a little bit of a coupon or whatever, but it's nothing major. So if you're interested, you want a free box, you want to try it out, send me an email. I'll send you a code. But again, not sponsored. It's just part of the app. Everybody that signs up gets this free, refer a friend program, I think it is. So. Judy says, my brother is a fabulous cook. Means East situation. Oh, okay, gotcha. I can't get them due to food allergies. I understand that. Yeah, obviously sometimes they're a thing. Food allergies, especially if it's like a peanut allergy, something like that, for sure. Yeah, that can be difficult. Yep. Gives you more time to sew. Yes, well, I wish, but unfortunately I don't really get a whole lot of time during the week to sew. I have a lot of other things I do that I have to do, but that would be nice, wouldn't it? For us, really, what happens is we end up eating a little bit earlier in the evening. So Mr. Wizard is up very, very early in the morning to go to his job, and so what happens is and I get home very late. So if I'm the one cooking, he doesn't eat until only a few hours before his bedtime. So if he can cook, that really helps him out. Because it makes it so that he can eat earlier, so he's not going to bed with a full stomach, kind of thing. So, things like that. And they say that you really shouldn't do that. That's not good for you. So it really helps him out because then he can eat a little bit earlier in the evening if he's able to cook some. Onions and garlic. You're allergic to onions and garlic. Oh, my. There's a gentleman that I work with that has the same allergies. Same one. Same thing. Onions and garlic. He can't do it. Now then, trying to think if there was a way to like omit those, but I guess you're probably, it's not just a cook with kind of thing. It's like the food can't be around it, right? It's a contact thing. I was gonna say, because you could always just omit those ingredients when you're cooking some of these meals, but I imagine that even if like they're in the bag with it, that would be a problem for you, I'm sure. Okay, I think we have one more row to do. I've got one more row to do here, so I think I'm probably going to do that one off camera so that we can keep this project moving forward. Got one more row here to do. So I will go ahead and put this row together off camera, and then I will add it to the rest of the quilt here, and then when we come back, we're going to go ahead and we'll probably have one more episode, maybe two, to put the borders on. I'll probably show you guys how to cut the borders, and then I'll probably sew them up myself after camera, off camera. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that and put this away. Next week, we are back to... I don't know what we're doing next week. We're doing something next week. I think it's resilient. I think that's where we're at next week. Let me pop over to the channel here and just give me a second. Let me check. I'll tell you in just a second. Don't get distracted, D. Don't get distracted. Upcoming live streams. No, we are doing the So Sweet project. We are raising the roof on our Home Sweet Home project. We're doing our Home Sweet Home project, raising the roof. We are finishing up the house blocks that we were doing. And we have our PMQ. The 16th is when we'll be back for our PMQ. We're going to be doing the mug rug on the 17th. Then we're going to skip a week. And then we're going to be doing Resilient for our Easter Sunday live stream on the 31st. That's what we're doing. I will post again the official schedule on our Facebook and our Instagrams today, as well as on our YouTube community page, so that everybody has it, just in case you need it. I have an actual like schedule that I will post out. It's a little fun thing that I gave it to you guys once already, but I'll do it again. I do feel sorry for her because yeah. Yeah. But it is what it is. Yes, Danny, a nice pic on the community page. Be sure to show us when it's finished. Oh, absolutely. No, you guys will see it one more time before it's finished. You'll see this quilt to get one more time while we put our borders on, and then we'll show you guys what that looks like for sure. Brandy says, thanks for keeping me company while we're at work. Oh, well, shh, don't tell anyone. Your secret's safe with us, Brandy. Thank you very much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. We appreciate you being here. I appreciate all of you being here. Thanks so much for all the fun comments about all the TV shows you used to watch as a kid. Well, you may not have been a kid at the time. Maybe you were, maybe you weren't. I don't know. I don't judge. I was definitely a kid at those times. But I had a great time. The good thing is I was raised by a lot of older generations. My mom was not an older generation, but my grandma was. My aunt was. So I got to watch a lot of the older shows. So as everybody says, I'm an old soul. Whatever. I'm just old. It's fine. Oh, can't take sulfur drugs. But never had a problem with garlic or onions. My mom has issues with penicillin. If that makes you feel better. Time changes for us next week. Yes, I think that happens for me as well. So be careful with our schedule. Make sure you're checking your local channel to make sure your local whatever to make sure that you're working. It's going to be 10:30 a.m. Central Time for the live streams. I don't know what time Central Time is for you guys. What that turns out to be, but yeah, definitely. So next week we'll talk about music if I remember. We'll just then we'll talk about movies the next one. Yeah, who knows? We'll see how it goes. All right, guys. Well, thanks again so much for joining me today. You guys remember my beautiful... Oh, she's all covered up right now. Remember Sis? She'll get put back away. But here's Sis. She's absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful. My antique ironing board. I actually really liked having this up a little bit higher and longer, and that's really nice. I might have to think about that some more. I like to being able to lean. I'll have to think about that some more when we get in our new space, which is probably going to be sometime this summer. All right, guys, I'm going to take off. You guys have a fantastic rest of your weekend. I'm going to finish up this last row, put it together, and put it back away until we come back to it another time. Next week is Home Sweet Home. I love that project. It's so much fun. I just love those fabrics. The houses are just so cute. I'm having such a great time with them. So we'll have to see where we're at in that. Linda said, just went to Walmart and the Wienermobile was there. How exciting. That is really exciting. Actually, Linda, where are you? And was it a female or a male driver? And the reason I asked that is because one of our daughters, my stepdaughter, Mr. Wizard's daughter, has a friend who actually drives the Wienermobile, and he was just recently in town, so it might have been him. So that's really exciting. His name is Mason. So if your driver's name was Mason, then we know him. It's a lot of fun. All right, guys, have a great week. I will see you all again next week. Thank you again for joining me. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. Hopefully your week turns out to be great. And don't forget to share pictures of what you're doing on our Facebook and our Instagram. You guys keep me motivated for sure. We're always looking at new ideas, new things to work through. And March and April, or especially April, we're going to have some fun things happening. So I got to get with some people and make some things happen for April. So look forward to that. All right. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.